Hello there, this is LEGO Dynasty, and today I will be doing an overview of the LEGO Marvel Eternals sets. Now this lineup of sets consisted of 4 and features each of the Eternals figures spread across the 4 sets. Overall, you do get multiples of certain figures, which I'll delve into, and I just wanted to give an overview of each set and which are my favorites for the price range that they are currently priced at. So without further ado, let's get into this video. We're going to start off with the sets on the left. The set on the left is the LEGO Marvel Deviant Ambush. It was set number 76154 and retails in Canada for $29.99. The set's main feature was a deviant creature, as you can see right here, very colorful, has some nice movability of the arms and legs, as well as the mouth can move a little bit, but overall not a whole lot to this figure. It did come with 3 minifigures, those being Thena, Makari, and the exclusive minifigure to the set, Gilgamesh. Moving on to the next set, just doing a quick overview of it, was the LEGO Eternals Aerial Assault. It is set number 76145 and retailed in Canada for $9.99. Or sorry, it retailed in the United States for $9.99 and in Canada for $13.99. The set featured an Eternals flying creature, which again had similar movability of the arms and legs, just is a bit smaller and is meant to be more of a flying creature with its wings. Overall, this Deviant did not have any other play features in terms of like anything to shoot out of it or really battle with. You can move the arms, legs, and that's about it. You can't even really move the wings that much. You can move it up and down, but you can't move it to the side. Now the set featured 2 figures, those being Icarus and Sprite, who is the exclusive minifigure to this set. So you get an exclusive figure for $10 in the United States and about $14 in Canada, which isn't bad. I can see why they kept Sprite in such few sets, though. It's just, even though she played a pivotal role in the movie, it just makes sense that they decided on choosing that character as the one that only appeared in one set. The next set is in Arisham's Shadow, which is set number 76155. It retailed in the United States for $59.99 and in Canada for $79.99. The set featured Arisham, who's this main build, meant to be the Celestial. Obviously, they weren't able to get the scale perfectly right because in the movie, he is massive. He is meant to be like 100 times the size of the Eternals. But overall, I like the idea with this figure, and I think this is probably one of the cooler Eternal sets, although it is the most overpriced Eternal set in my mind. Did have the cool function with the light brick shooting out of him. I guess that's supposed to represent him forming a planet or a galaxy, because overall in the film it wasn't really clear exactly what this represented to me. But still, some very nice detail. He can move his arms, same as the other kind of deviant figures. He can move his legs as well. And that's about it, as well as being able to hold the Eternals in his hands. The set did feature a very small deviant, which I think just was unnecessary for this set. I think it would have been fine without it. It's cool that they included it, I guess. It's the smallest deviant. But overall, I just don't think it was necessary, and they could have put the pieces into either Arisham or just not included it. Now the set features Icarus as well, who's in 3 of the sets included in the Eternals lineup. I believe he has the most appearances. So, typical Icarus. Then we also get our first appearance from Cersei, who is also in the Rise of the Domo set. But the very nice thing about this set is it does feature 2 exclusive figures, those being Kingo, which, as I said in my review, I love the face print. I think it perfectly captures the actor's likeness. I can't say the same for all of the Eternals figures, but I think this one nails it. And then Ajak, the leader of the Eternals, and another exclusive figure. So, is that enough to have the set be, in my mind, at least $10 overpriced? I don't think so, having 2 exclusive figures. But still, if you're looking for a reason to get in Arisham's Shadow, having 2 exclusive minifigures probably helps you make that decision. The Rise of the Domo set. The set features 2 Deviant, builds, along with the Eternals ship, the Domo, which is a scaled-down version, of course, along with 6 minifigures. So 6 of the Eternals, which we will go through now. So we have Thena. As you can see, same as we get in the other set. There's no differences between the figures. We do have Cersei again, like I said, her second appearance, same as Thena. The third appearance of Icarus, who has been given the most appearances of the Eternals, which is interesting, since I would argue he probably is a co-lead of the film, but I would argue that Cersei is more of the lead of the film, so it's interesting that he got more of an appearance. And then we'll show off Makari, as this is her second appearance. Very nice figure. And then again, you have 2 exclusive figures, those being Druig, who looks very nice in the all black with the red and silver or gray. Again, I think it could have been done with a different face. I don't think that captures the likeness, as well as some of the other ones. And then Fastos, who again looks very nice as well in the black and purple. Purple being my favorite color, so I like this figure. Same with Kingo. We do have 2 Deviant builds, like I said. This one being Crow, which was confirmed in the film that this was supposed to represent Crow's, I believe, almost his final form that we see in the film. And overall, pretty interesting. You can hold some of the Eternals in his hand. So, just showing that off again. You can't really hold any in his other hand as it is too small, unfortunately, but you can hold an Eternal in his hand, and spoiler alert, feel free to skip ahead if you don't want spoilers for the film, represent him eating a character. I won't spoil which character he kind of eats alive, but it is something you could reenact if you so choose. And then we have another Deviant, which again is more of a lizard type creature. Can move his appendages as well, same as the other ones, which is nice to see. Very consistent in that aspect. You could hold a figure in this one's mouth pretty well. Like so. And that's about it for play features. These Deviants didn't really have much in the way of play features, which makes sense since, they don't shoot things out of their body in the film or whatnot. But still, would have been nice if they found something else that they could have added to enhance the playability of these creatures. I just realized I didn't mention the price of the set. So retailed in the United States for $89.99 and in Canada for $119.99. And it was set number 76156. for the Rise of the Domo set. We'll go through the Domo real quick. Feel free to check out my reviews. All the links will be in the description for full reviews, full overviews of each set. Overall, really cool set. I think the Domo would be my favorite, just in terms of all the detail included in it. As you can see there, you have a mini Arishem to represent him meeting with an Eternal. You fit a figure in the pilot seat there. Just some overall very fun features included throughout the set. So, how did LEGO do with the LEGO Eternals sets? I think they did decently. Like, we must remember that these sets were supposed to launch originally when the movie was supposed to launch, which was about a year beforehand. Might have even been in, I believe it was in November 2020. It got delayed until just very recently, of course. So it was supposed to come out about a year, at least a year before it actually came out. And overall, I think the sets really did a decent job of capturing what happens in the movie. I gotta say, the colors of the Deviants, I still don't think they're that accurate. Yes, the creatures were a bit colorful, but they were more, it really, to me, seemed like they were overall closer to this kind of color scheme. Now, LEGO probably didn't want to make this an official color across the whole lineup, so they went with a bunch of mixed mash of colors, and it turns out okay. Like, it's very colorful, but I just don't think it's very accurate to what we see in the film. They kind of look more grayish with that kind of hue, you know, the translucent type look. I think the sets do a decent job of capturing each of the Eternals' look. Specifically, you know, Kingo, Cersei, Icarus, Ajax, and Makari, I think, are done pretty well. I could say less so on Gilgamesh, Druig, Fastos, and Thena, and even Sprite, I don't think captures the overall look of the actors that well, which, you know, LEGO's hit and miss, you know, on that kind of stuff. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Overall, I think the lineup was decent. It did have some overpriced sets, specifically Irishim's Shadow. I still feel it's, you know, with just under or around 500 pieces, you know, what you're getting, paying $80 Canadian, $60 in the United States. I still feel like if it was $50 in the United States and $70 Canadian, it'd be a better price point. So if you're able to get in Irishim's Shadow at a discount, I definitely would. I still think that's the second best set of the lineup, plus you get two of the Eternals figures, including one of my personal favorites from the film, Kingo. The best set is without a doubt the Rise of the Domo, though. It's overall packs quite a bit for its relatively low piece count, and with 6 figures, you know, you can't really go wrong with it. I'd say the same for the $10 set. You know, you get $10 and, or I guess $10 or $14 depending on where you live, and you get 2 of the Eternals figures. Like, that's a great deal as well, getting Icarus and Sprite. And then that puts, probably unfairly, the Deviant Ambush with Thena, Makari, and Gilgamesh last. I just think they could have added something to it, maybe. Deviant looks pretty cool, but I don't know, because there's no play functionality, I feel like they could have found something else to enhance the set. I will now delve into spoilers of the film, just to kind of explain what I think they might have been able to add. So, if you haven't seen the film, I urge you to go watch it. I'm a big Marvel fan, and I gotta say, you know, a lot of the critics got it wrong. You know, it's your typical MCU film. If you're a fan of superhero films, you're gonna like the movie. I think some aspects got overplayed for what it was. Like, a lot of people are upset about the LGBTQ representation in the film, and I just think that got, frankly, overplayed. I have no problem with it at all, and it's really such a minor part in the film. I feel like a lot of people were talking about it like it was going to be this turning point in the MCU franchise. And overall, I think it would have been great if they included a Karun minifigure or even maybe a Dane Whitman figure. I mean, he didn't do much in the film, Kit Harington's character, but he's obviously being set up for a future appearance. Overall, though, if you were to buy this in Canada, this would set you back about $240. So you have to factor that in. I believe I'm just don't estimate. Not remembering exactly, the U.S. prices would be about $200 US. Maybe a little bit less, maybe $180 US, depending on where you live with taxes and whatnot. So you got to factor that in if you're that interested in these sets. I would definitely pick up the Rise of the Domo and In Arisham's Shadow. I think those are two good sets. Just in Arisham's Shadow's case, I would wait until it's discounted, live around Black Friday or maybe a Boxing Day sale. You know, I'm sure some of these sets will go on sale in the future. With that being said, that is my opinion. So let me know, have you guys seen the Eternals movie, and did you like it? Let me know down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day, everyone.